Here we are at the Hilton. Actually, it's the second time seeing the National Music Makers. A lot of performers were there, very interesting, a lot of colorful people. The hotel rooms were wonderful, clean, comfortable, and I slept deeply. Here's Officer Blue, a very nice man, very charming and very humble. Grizzly Peak has a lot of things there. It has physical challenges and a couple rides. Oh, the Lunar New Year, of course, it's the year of the horse, much to celebrate. Of course, this particular ride celebrates the Cars animated movie. The ride is like a roller coaster, but it was definitely interesting and very active. The Avengers Campus had a show, and it was kind of interesting. A lot of loud music, and it had the bad guy, and it was still very interesting. Enjoyed it thoroughly. The amazing thing about this is that it really looks like a real plane, and it could take off at any moment, but it didn't, unfortunately. Here's an armored vehicle. Now, I didn't get a chance to go inside, but it was definitely pretty strong looking, and probably have a lot of pep there too. Here I am with the Hollywoodlands back lot. I kind of enjoyed being there. Here's a dedication to Stan Lee, an incredibly creative man. Now, they weren't handing out red envelopes, but still the animal had a lot of wonderful food and drinks that were available for people to buy. We definitely enjoyed this particular section. There were a lot of people there, and the rides were, you still got in pretty fast, which I really enjoyed, of course. Grizzly Peak also had something called Soarin, where you hang glide. Now, the funny thing is you're going over different beautiful, spectacular places throughout the globe, and really is enjoyable. Now, here's the monorail. First time I ever did it. I've seen the monorail so many times. I'm looking up at it, but this time I got to ride it. You're going by a bunch of different places that you've been at. It's something I really enjoyed, yes. It was the first time I was on it. And it's really a new perspective, which I really enjoyed. Now, I kind of looked down at the people entering the park. That was very interesting. Even late at night, people are entering the park. And we went over a lot of different areas. There was a lot of places to eat food. Of course, we saw that. We saw the rides from above, which is really a new perspective in seeing the rides as well. It got to be night, and as the night went on, basically we're able to see things from a different perspective. I really enjoyed it. This, I believe, would be the town square. There's only a couple stops on the ride for the monorail, and the monorail has been basically there since almost the beginning. Now, clearly you can tell we're in Southern California here by the palm trees and the traffic, of course, even late at night. Now you're flying over Nemo's, and you're riding by the Matterhorn, and finally you're going by It's a Small World. The funny thing about the Small World is that it's a slow ride, but it's still very interesting. Definitely something that I do every time I'm there. A lot of color, a lot of interesting, seasonal events that happen there, seasonal music. It's kind of interesting seeing it at night, and now I know it's designed to look taller than it is, but it's still very inspirational. The staff was wonderful, and they were very helpful. The ride was short and sweet, and really enjoyed it. Definitely would ride it again. Here we are in our reserved seating. The one thing I have to say about that, it was extremely comfortable. And As we're leaving Southern California, we're giving the last few looks at the beach, the gorgeous beaches and the wonderful palm trees. Was the ride bumpy? No, not really. It was pretty comfortable, and there was places to put our luggage. They have Wi-Fi aboard, and there are snacks available. But I guess what I really wanted to enjoy is just looking out the window and watching the world go by and really celebrating Southern California with the palm trees. And it's really beautiful, and there's a lot of different places that you can stop by at when you're in Southern California. There is San Luis Obispo and there is Santa Cruz. The funny thing is I actually like being at the back of the train, looking at the world go by. It's kind of funny. You feel caught up in spite of the fact that the world really is going away from you. The ride was good, and there is a club car and eat. And I was very impressed by that. First of all, the staff was very interesting, colorful, and entertaining. Very kind, very interesting, very colorful, and very helpful. The one particular gentleman that was our server, I was really impressed by his kindness, knowledge, and his animated style that definitely made the trip to the restaurant worth it. It was $25 for a 3-course meal. I had a grilled cheese sandwich. And it's going to sound funny, but it was incredible. It was really good. And the desserts, I tried 1.5 desserts. And I was kind of surprised how good it was. The drinks were pretty good. And I know for some people, $25 for lunch does seem a little steep, but definitely enjoyed it. Of course, I judge any restaurant quality by their bathrooms and their coffee. The coffee was good, definitely, and the bathrooms were clean and well maintained. It did get a little bumpy when I was there, but I was pretty much secure there. Now, at this point, I think we're almost to San Luis Obispo, where they have the Hearst Castle. He used to refer to it as the ranch. And it's definitely worth even, I would say, 2 or 3 trips, by the way. But San Luis Obispo is gorgeous. It is still Southern California. It has all the beauty that's associated with it. The one thing I noticed, we came back, sat in our seats. I think I did little emails and worked on a couple of documents, but it was very comfortable. Throughout the whole ride, it was quiet. This is a classic Southern California village. 1-story houses, palm springs, the water. It's really interesting. There are a couple places as we were leaving the area I wouldn't mind living in. Now, in the distance, you can see a couple of oil drilling platforms. California does still drill for oil. And it definitely was far enough where, it didn't take away from the beauty of the sea. Now, we're almost to Big Sur, where you can actually go and take a shovel and dig for jade. Now, a few hours later, as we were traveling, one of the things I noticed is that there seems to be a lot of interesting houses that we're going by. And I really thought that was kind of interesting. It was very relaxing. It was not that loud. It was pretty quiet. But I was definitely enjoying it. And we're almost to Santa Cruz as well, which is a big place. People enjoy the entertainment, the food, the amusement parks, everything. Now, there's the Starlight Express that goes all the way to Seattle. It's a 35 hours. And it's something that I'd want to do at one point. Now, the trip from San Jose to Anaheim goes by a lot faster than you would think. There's a lot of pluses. You're not in a commute situation. You can relax. You don't have to worry about car accidents or anything. And that's very good. Is that something I would do again? Definitely. Now, the tickets were pretty economical. I have to admit, that was pretty good. And overall, enjoyed it. There are roomettes, etc. available, and you kind of have to plan ahead.